In the evangelism seminars, usually when it comes to this issue of the mark of the beast, we identify Rome as the Antichrist and so on. And usually we will have some quotes from Rome that talk about Sunday being their mark of authority and how they change the Sabbath to Sunday. You familiar with that? And we present those as Rome saying, see, Rome says that Sunday is their mark of authority. There you go. That's the beast telling you what the mark of the beast is. That sounds good and very convincing, and it's true. But Rome actually tells us there is something that they regard as more important than Sunday. You know what it is? Notice what it says here. It is the most fundamental and essential teaching in the hierarchy of the truths of the faith. The Trinity is the source of all other mysteries of the faith. So in other words, Sunday comes from the Trinity, according to Rome. They consider the Trinity, or the God that they worship, more important than the day that they worship. And the Bible says that as well.
They got it right, we got it wrong.
They got it right, or we got it wrong? Yes, that's... okay. There's been a very serious mixing of things. And that's why I want to take it slow and look at it and consider it, because there are some very serious inconsistencies that we hold to, brothers and sisters. That's not the only time Rome says it. Here's another one. The mystery of the Trinity is the central doctrine of the Catholic faith. Upon it are based all the other teachings of the Church. It's the central doctrine. Every other teaching is based on the God that they worship. That's the same with us. All the... Yes, and she has daughters too. We're going to come to that. All the teachings that we believe are based on the God that we worship in the Scriptures. He is the source of all things. The mirror image, the false worship that has been set up, and for hundreds of years Satan's been working to set up his masterpiece and rebuild Babylon on a global scale, is the system of worship that's also based on the false God. He is the source of all things. I'll give you an example of that when it comes to worship. Here's a quote. Catholic reasons for keeping Sunday. And here's the answer. Because it is a day dedicated by the apostles to the honor of the most holy Trinity. They keep Sunday because of the Trinity. So Sunday is actually a sign that points to the God that they worship. This is why you'll find that the history of the Trinity is actually the Son God. The God of the Trinity actually comes all the way from Babylon. It is sun worship. It is the Sun God. There's a DVD here called The Gods of Babylon. Has anyone seen it? If you haven't seen it, make sure you get a copy, because we go into a little bit more detail. I'm not going to go into that now. I don't have time. But Sister Vi shared a very important point as well. It says that in this system, symbolism will be used. And symbolism is going to represent hidden meanings. And if you can read the symbols and decipher what they mean, you will understand what is being said. This is a very, well, it's a bit hard to see, but this is a very popular symbol for the Trinity. It's called the triquetra, the three interlocking circles or arcs of the circle, making 3 in 1 and 1 in 3. There's a meaning behind the symbol, where it comes from. Make sure you get that studied and look at it. But this reason of Rome for keeping Sunday is based on the God that they worship. In other words, if we were to put this in our illustration, Rome worships the Trinity as 3 in 1 and 1 in 3. And Sunday, it's represented that way, is the sign that points to the God that is worshipped or served in this particular system. So here's the question. Who do you worship? Who do we worship? In our church, in the remnant, commandment-keeping, Sabbath-keeping church in the last days, who do we worship? We're going to see.